Hi there, this is David, and welcome to New RPG News. I have a lot of things to talk about. We have new trailers, new demos, a lot of stuff up for pre-order, and issues with Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So let's just go ahead and get started. First up, Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Houses Awakened Rivals. The trailer is here, and the demo is actually now available too, and the save data from the demo can be carried over into the full game. So if you're a fan of Fire Emblem or Warriors type games, Dynasty Warriors, Musu games like that, be sure to check this game out. I was a huge fan of Fire Emblem Three Houses. It really kind of got me back into the Fire Emblem series. I have a rocky history with Fire Emblem. Let me just talk about that while we look at this demo right here that I'm playing. Fire Emblem didn't really come out in America until the Game Boy Advance. I had heard of it, I had known of it, but we weren't really able to play it. However, once Fire Emblem 7 came out on the Game Boy Advance, the other ones kind of got translated afterwards, and it did become much more popular. However, it still had permadeath, and that was my big issue with the game. I did play through the vast majority of them that were translated, as well as the other ones on the Game Boy Advance and DS, even though I wasn't really a fan of all that permadeath. However, they've gotten rid of that, and it seems to be much better for it. This isn't exactly a strategy game. This is more of a warriors game, kind of like a button mashing game, and those aren't really my thing. I think I'm going to wait on this just a little bit to really see how it comes out, but from what I see in this trailer, this looks great. If you were a fan of Three Houses and you want to know more about these characters and the world that they are in, then you really do want to look into this game. It's kind of, this is a way for Fire Emblem fans to branch out into other genres as well, or for people who weren't a fan of Fire Emblem before to get into Fire Emblem by playing this game right here, and it does look pretty cool if I do say so myself. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is this. The dungeon crawler Mistover is going to be delisted from digital storefronts on June 30th. That is this month. Now, this might not be a big deal to some of y'all because you're like, Mistover? What's that? I mean, that's kind of how I was. But the main thing for me about this is that this is the future of digital gaming. This is what's going to happen if we get to a digital-only future. For whatever reason, it's being terminated not just on the consoles, on the PS4, Xbox, and Switch, but even on Steam, on the PC. This game is just done. Like, unless you buy it, it's just done. And it just seems kind of ridiculous. It's like, why? I understand that it costs money to keep these games available on the servers, but like, I have Nintendo games that I bought back in the 1980s that I can still play because they're physical. And this is what I like about physical gaming. This is why I do stick to the physicals. It's something tangible, something that I can hold in my hand, something that I know that I own, not something that people can just kind of take away from you whenever they feel like it. So that is kind of worrisome, I must say. Next thing on my list of things to talk about. If you remember, at the Sony State of Play that we just had last week, they announced a game called Eternites. And it's kind of an action RPG meets dating sim, and I wasn't really into it because I'm not really into dating sims and Persona-esque things like that. However, it will include a gay romance, so that's really nice to know. It says right here, there was a tweet right here, if Johan is a romance option for the male main character, and it says yes, he is a dateable character in the game. So I'm probably still not going to buy this because, again, dating sims just really aren't my thing, but for any of y'all who are maybe on the fence for this, this might push you over the edge into getting Eternites, and it's always good to have more representation and more inclusion in games, so I thought that I would I thought that I would talk about this as well. So that's pretty neat. That's a pretty cool thing right there. That's going to be out on the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and PC in early next year. Next, Dragon Quest! Dragon Quest is my favorite series of all time, and we have a new Dragon Quest Treasures trailer and a small update on Dragon Quest XII released by Square Enix. Now, we do know that Dragon Quest Treasures is not going to be a traditional JRPG, but it's just a JRPG, but we really don't know anything else about that. And they basically just said that they're working hard on Dragon Quest XII. Nothing else is really known about that as well. What I think that this game is going to be, let's just look at this trailer right here, is kind of a, maybe like a roguelike, I would imagine. If you recall, there was a, it was like a Young Yangus game released back after Dragon Quest VIII that starred Yangus whenever he was younger. And this is starring Eric and his sister Mia whenever they're younger. So I'm kind of thinking that it's kind of be in that same vein of just kind of doing like a roguelike, looking for treasures, that sort of thing, which will be kind of nice. But we are getting some more information, as you can see, in June of this year. So do look forward to that. Next, Arafel and Rise of the Third Power are going to become a combo pack and physically distributed by limited run games. I know a lot of you out there really like the physicals. These two games can be really gotten on the cheap on Steam though, and if you do buy it physically, it's probably going to cost you like $50. I wonder if you could probably get them for like under $10 together on Steam. So it's up to you whether you do want to go this limited run route or if you just want to get them on Steam. I personally already have them on Steam, but if you want to get them physically, they are going to be distributed by limited run. We do not know when they're going to go live, but they will be available for the PlayStation 4 and the Switch. So that's pretty neat. It's always good to see more kind of that like classic JRPG feel, those types of games getting physical releases. I'm a huge fan of physical releases, so whenever I see something that I enjoy getting released physically, that is a-okay for me. Now, let's talk about some things that I couldn't get a hold of the first time around. These Uniqlos? I don't know. I've never seen this store in America. I know it's a European store. I've seen it in Europe. I haven't seen the store in America, this Uniqlo store, but they are going, these Final Fantasy 35th Anniversary Edition shirts are going to be returning to their shop late this month. So if you missed it, like I missed it, then we're going to get a second chance to get them. It says the online shop's going to be completely restocked, however, only a few physical stores will stock the clothes. So we do need to try to get a hold of those shirts. The tweets right there are in Japanese, unfortunately, but it does look like we are going to be able to get a hold of these shirts. So that's pretty neat. They do look pretty cool. I would love to get a hold of some Final Fantasy shirts myself. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a hold of them. You know, there's certain ones that I like better than others. I will say that. I would love to at least get a hold of the SNES Final Fantasy shirts and the PlayStation Final Fantasy shirts. That would be pretty nice. But I'm not holding my breath. It seems like every time there's some sort of limited item or limited stock, it always becomes very, very difficult to get a hold of, as we're going to see shortly with Xenoblade Chronicles 3. We're going to get to that in just a moment. But the next thing that I want to talk about is Soul Hackers 2. The pre-orders for this are coming up in 2 days on June the 10th. There is a huge collector's edition, and this will be released for the West, but it's going to be released exclusively at the Shop Atlas store, which could definitely be a problem because we're having a problem with Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which I'm going to get to next, because that's being exclusively released on the Nintendo Shop and they're having major issues. However, check out this price. The Soul Hackers 2 Collector's Edition is going to be released for $200, the company announced. Like, oh my god, the prices for these pre-orders are getting out of hand. Let me show y'all something. I have here my pre-order for Devil's Summoner 2, back on the PlayStation 2. You probably can't even see the price there, but there it is. Oh yeah, there it goes. This was $40 new in this nice plastic container box. It came with the little Jack Frost police doll and everything, and the game. It was $40 for that. This one's $200? Like, I would love to get a hold of this pre-order because it comes with some really nice stuff. 3-inch I-Ho figure, steelbook collector's case, a Mimi plushie, a pin collection, USB soundtrack, Saizo Shark keychain, a collector's box, character art cards, and then the full game on your platform of your choice. So, yeah, it comes with some great stuff, but I can't afford $200 for this collector's edition. That's just getting out of hand. I might want it, but I have to be practical too. That's just a bit much if you ask me. If y'all can afford it, hey, more power to you. It's going to be coming out for pretty much all the consoles, PS4, PS5, Xbox. But yeah, $200 for these collector's editions, they're really, really getting out of hand. A much more reasonably priced collector's edition is the one for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. It's only $90. But the thing is, you can't get a hold of it. Like, what is going on here? I made my way into the Nintendo store. It says my item limit is reached. I can't get a hold of it. I can't do anything. It's just grayed out. It's completely just screwy right now. Whenever the original game is $60 and this one's only $30 more for the special edition, yeah, the special edition is a decent price. And it does come with some pretty nice stuff. Like a physical edition of the game, steelbook game case, special edition box, and a collected artwork book, a full-color 250-page hardcover book. And it's going to be released in 2 parts. So you're going to get the physical game on its release date of July 29th. However, everything else is going to come much later on. The steelbook game case, the special edition box, the art book, that's going to ship in the fall. I'd love to get it, but I can't. I can't get a hold of it. However, at least Nintendo of America is aware of their issues. They tweeted out 45 minutes ago, it looks like, "We apologize for any inconvenience that you may be experiencing while attempting to pre-order the special edition. It's experienced a high volume of traffic, and we appreciate your patience while we're looking at the issue." So I guess my day is going to be sitting here trying to click on this thing to pre-order. And at this point, it's like, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. I would love to get it. I'm not holding my breath. I haven't been able to get a hold of a PlayStation 5 even yet. It seems like every time that these special editions are released, there's just always some sort of issue. I wish that these special editions wouldn't be released exclusively for one store. Maybe if they shared the load and they said, you know what, we'll release it on the Nintendo store, we'll release it for GameStop, we'll release it for Best Buy and some of these other electronic stores, then maybe they wouldn't have these issues. I mean, that's just me. Maybe Atlas will have the same issue whenever they release their Soul Hackers 2 special edition. I kind of don't think so, considering it's $200. Who can afford that? But yeah, just the other day we got a trailer for Xenoblade Chronicles 3 that I'm showing y'all right now. It looks really nice, looks really cool. It gives me definite Xenoblade 1 vibes right here with all these waterfalls and all the animals roaming around. It just looks absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait to play it. I would love to get it physically. I would love to get the special edition. But Nintendo is doing what Nintendo does best, which is technical difficulties, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a hold of this. It's kind of unfortunate. So yeah, we've had a lot a lot of announcements lately. I hope that I covered the high points here. I hope that I have kept you abreast of all of the new information and new announcements that are going on. And I do hope that y'all get this special edition. Even if I can't get it, hopefully some of y'all out there get it. Hopefully. I keep on sitting here trying to hit the pre-purchase button and just nothing happens. And I dare not reload the page, because if I do, then I'm just kind of out of the queue, and it just kind of, yeah. So, yeah, all you can do is just sit here and wait patiently, wait in vain. Let me know how y'all experiences are with getting a hold of these games, what y'all are most excited for in the comments, and have a good day.